This has happened before, not in fiction, not in simulation. In history, and history never lies about what comes next. Iran just launched what military analysts are calling its most coordinated strike campaign since the 1980s Iran-Iraq War. But here's what the breaking news won't tell you. Every empire that has ever crossed this threshold, every nation that has launched simultaneous strikes across 7 sovereign territories in a single night, has triggered a chain of events that historians spend decades untangling. We are living inside one of those nights right now. According to reports emerging from multiple regional sources, Iranian forces struck American military installations across Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, and the UAE in what the IRGC is calling a retaliatory operation of historic proportions. Iranian state media is claiming strikes on 27 separate bases. U.S. military sources confirm several impacts while insisting bases remain operational. But here is what a historian sees that a journalist cannot. In 1956, when Egypt nationalized the Suez Canal and 3 powers, Britain, France, and Israel, launched coordinated strikes in response, the world assumed it was a military story. It wasn't. It was the moment the British Empire took its final breath. The strikes succeeded militarily. But within 72 hours, American economic pressure and Soviet nuclear threats forced a humiliating withdrawal. The real battle was never on the battlefield. That lesson has never left the war rooms of Tehran. Before we go deeper into what history tells us happens next, how these strikes compare to the most dangerous escalations of the 20th century, what Iran's real strategic calculation is, and why the next 72 hours may determine the fate of the entire region, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. These are the moments history remembers, and you are watching one unfold in real time. Now, let's talk about what history actually tells us. In 1967, Israel launched preemptive strikes that destroyed the Egyptian Air Force in 3 hours. The Arab world called it aggression. Israel called it survival. History recorded it as the Six-Day War, and the borders it drew still bleed today. What made that moment so consequential was not the military outcome. It was the narrative war that followed. Each side built a story. Each story became a grievance. Each grievance became a generation. Iran understands this perfectly. These strikes are not just military operations. They are chapters being written for the history books of 2075. Reports suggest that in the hours following the strikes, alarm bells rang across Washington. Intelligence briefings were rushed to the National Security Council. Each minute, sources say, carried the weight of potential escalation that could alter the course of the entire region. The Pentagon confirmed that air defense systems intercepted multiple projectiles. But the psychological impact of Iran's claim, 27 bases struck simultaneously, that claim alone reshaped the information battlefield before a single fact could be verified. This is a pattern historians know well. In the winter of 1950, when China entered the Korean War, American commanders initially dismissed the reports as exaggerated. By the time the full scale was confirmed, the strategic momentum had already shifted. Perception moved faster than truth, and in modern conflict, perception is often the first weapon deployed. Iran knows this. Israel knows this. And Washington, caught between 2 narratives, 2 sets of claims, 2 versions of the same violent night, is now forced to respond not just to what happened, but to what the world believes happened. Meanwhile, across the Gulf, civilian life shattered. Sirens split open the night sky above Manama, Doha, and Kuwait City. Families sought shelter. Airlines suspended flights across the region. Oil markets lurched with nervousness as traders calculated what a prolonged conflict would mean for global energy supply. These are not abstractions. These are the sounds and tremors of history in motion, the same sounds that echoed over London in 1940, over Beirut in 1982, over Baghdad in 2003. And now they echo here. The world is watching. European capitals issued condemnations and calls for restraint. Asian governments monitored their energy dependencies with quiet alarm. Saudi Arabia, walking its perpetual tightrope between regional power and American alliance, declared readiness to support stability while carefully avoiding direct accusation. Every nation is calculating. Every alliance is being stress tested. Voices urging negotiation are gaining traction in international forums. But as history has shown us, from the failed diplomacy before World War I to the last-minute calls during the Cuban Missile Crisis, the distance between a ceasefire call and an actual ceasefire can be measured in catastrophe. For now, the Middle East remains what it has always been for the last century, a region where ancient grievances meet modern weapons, where every strike carries the echo of 100 years of promises broken and borders drawn in the wrong rooms by the wrong hands. Each side believes it is justified. Each soldier believes in his cause. Each family caught in the darkness between sirens believes only in survival. What happens next will not be decided by missiles alone. It will be decided, as it always has been, in the quiet rooms where exhausted men finally choose between more war and a fragile peace. History is watching, and history, as I've spent my life studying, is never finished with us. Stay tuned for further updates as this story continues to reshape the geopolitical landscape of our time. And remember, subscribe to this channel because the world's future is being written right now.